Welcome back to Booze in a Landfill. We'd ask for your braids, but YouTube comments don't really have those.
Oh, my. That's a great voice.
Thank you!
It's undermined when you peppily exclaim thank you about voice, but...
trying to get the immersion going, and then...
I've been working on my demonic timbre.
Your hosts for today are Not Zombie Lunch.
Boo! Right?
And Zombie Tar, back from the dead. For this spooky Halloween episode of Bros in a Landfill, also known as Booze in a Landfill if you haven't been paying attention.
You know what's spooky? I forgot that our cat had surgery recently, and so I just left my room in the morning and saw that
very spooky.
Yeah, oh, totally. I left my room and saw the cat there, and I forgot that he has 3 legs now, and I was like, what the all right.
Oh, that is extraordinarily spooky. Way to set the mood.
Yeah, his amputated limb is like there's no fur there because it's been shaved off just for the time being, and you can see all of his, cat musculature and stuff. It's pretty crazy. Pretty spooky.
For the audience at home, please meditate on this image while I
this muscular cat stump.
Now, last year, Dizzy and I decided that it would be most appropriate to read a creepypasta for the Halloween episode, so we're making this a yearly thing.
All right.
And Trybien, who couldn't make it, unfortunately, has told us about this particular document that just showed up in his drive. It just showed up in his Google Drive one day.
Now that's spooky.
Out of nowhere. You have the document open, correct?
I do.
Okay, it is called Suffer Monkey Ball, written by Gone the Where, as in where are you, monkey spelled with a 3.
Gone the Were Monkey. I don't know who this guy is, but he seems talented and handsome.
I mean, I'd believe it. I have an inexplicable desire to also call this writer talented and handsome.
He's wearing his thrall. Okay, so who's reading this? Are we taking turns? What's going on?
Dizzy and I did it. Yeah, Dizzy and I did it. We did it 2 paragraphs at a time, to my recollection.
Okay. Would you like to start, or should I?
I would very much enjoy starting with this author's note.
Okay.
This note about Gone the Were Monkey, spelled like where are you and with a 3.
Perfect. I'm
a member of the Monkey Ball fanfiction community, and because of that, I rarely read creepypasta, spelled as 2 words. The type of stories I mostly enjoy reading are romance and comedy crossovers, again as 2 words. Horror sort of freaks me out, so I tend to avoid anything with a scary tag and any fics with uncomfortable stuff in it that isn't tagged gives me nightmares after I read it. I wish I wasn't being such a baby and actually read the stories, because then I would have been more careful. Please, dear, as in the animal, reader, take this story as a warning and don't shy away from reading it just because it is scary, in quotes, and perhaps you can avoid the same horrible fate as me. Wait, hang on. He's just going on about how he's scared to read scary stories.
It doesn't really fill me with dread, though it does make me very curious about the target audience being entirely, an animal. That's an interesting demographic. I don't know how
This is written for... It's... Oh, we got some howling outside here. Really setting the mood.
Oh boy.
I wonder if my Audacity's picking that up. That's not. That makes me the big sad.
All right, so you
can just imagine a dog howling. That is startlingly accurate.
What was?
Anyways, Sunday. It was a Sunday. After
Oh, no
church,
shit.
my mom took me to our local retro game store. My family isn't the wealthiest, so most of my games are used and from older generations of systems. Since my birthday was last week, I asked my mom to get me a DS Lite to upgrade from my Game Boy Color. With the DS, she got me a copy of Pokemon Black and White 2, which I loved and ended up completing in a couple of days. Yes, my mom did scold me for beating the game she got me too quickly, but I couldn't help loving it. After a lot of begging, she agreed to get me another game, but it had to be one that was on clearance.
When we entered the store, I hurried over to the glass case with game cards on each shelf. You might not know this, but the games that don't have cases are cheaper. My eyes zoomed over each listing, and then something caught my eyes. A Super Monkey Ball Game Boy card was sitting there with the price tag of 69 cents.
Nice.
Nice. I was ecstatic. Being a huge
Spelled with
Monkey
an
Ball
X.
foul, I never knew there was a Game Boy Color game released, and I just had to have it. From my pocket, I found 3 quarters and slammed them in front of the register, kindly proclaiming that they could keep the change. Wow, that's
That's a very
status.
valiant proclamation.
Soon as I got home, I popped that bad boy into my SpongeBob Game Boy and turned it on in
I
anticipation.
used to have one of those.
That's a thing? I guess it is
Yeah, it's a thing.
square, so
It's very bright.
I guess it has square pants. Cool. I sat.
So that's a thing. Clearly, this
and I
game has
sat,
to be a real
and
thing
nothing
too,
popped
despite
up
the
through
fact
it.
that I've never heard of this either. But okay, keep reading.
I thought all was lost when I then heard music from the Game Boy and saw a red message that says, "Play this on your DS Lite." I was pretty confused and first wondered how to play a Game Boy game on a DS Lite. To my surprise, there was a Game Boy slot on my DS Lite. This made me upset because if I knew DS
It's all in
Lites
all caps now.
had Game Boy slots, I would never have gotten a Game Boy. Though I still love my SpongeBob Game Boy because there isn't a SpongeBob DS Lite.
Why is it in all caps now?
I don't know. It's just how it works.
That is just how it works. Alright. I put the Game Boy card in my DS Lite and turned it on, and like magic, the game worked. I sat and watched those screens with the funny names on them go by, and eventually the title screen appeared. Shockingly, it was the original Super Monkey Ball for the Nintendo GameCube. I screamed, despite the fact that the original Super Monkey Ball was on the Naomi and was an arcade cabinet, but whatever.
Oh, you just got fucking pwned, Gone the Were Monkey. You bitch ass fake fan.
It was the banana-shaped joystick.
Damn, I didn't know that. I learned something.
I squeed in happiness because it's been a very long time since I played my GameCube. It's a long story, but you all need to know that all you need to know that it broke.
Is there a less masculine word than squee in existence?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want me to read the rest of this paragraph with a Valley Girl voice?
I mean, it would. I feel like it would make sense. Does it say that this is a man anyway? Are we just assuming?
I think we are just assuming. That's a very bad thing to do. It's 2019.
Right. It could be a cutesy Valley Girl. Anyway, continue.
The main game was too hard for me, so I always just played the mini-games since I could win those sometimes. What shocked me even more is that it had mini-games from Super Monkey Ball 2 and Super Monkey Ball Adventure as well. I never got those games myself, but I have seen people spelled with a 0 play them online. I spent the whole night playing through every game, but especially Monkey Shot and Monkey Bowling.
This feels like the kind of thing that like in primary school when it's like you'd have to write about what you did on the weekend, you know.
It does have that feel to it so far.
This isn't super spooky right now. It's like this is actually just a cool story. It's not
super spooky, but we're only on Monday now.
Okay.
I think I still have another.
Yeah, I think it's you have another paragraph. Yeah.
Yeah. Monday. At some point, I must have fell asleep because it was the next day and my DS Lite was off. I rubbed my eyes and put on charge. However, the charging light didn't come on. I panicked, spelled without a C, because I thought I broke my brand new used DS Lite.
Not my brand new used DS Lite.
Amazing. I rapidly pushed the power button, and it thankfully came on though. This is where things start to get weird and scary. Trigger warning. This is the scares that the author warned about.
Oh shit. Semicolon, paragraph break. When weird logo things came up, they were all distorted and sad looking. When the title screen appeared, it looked different. No longer saying Super Monkey Ball. No, it now said Suffer Monkey Ball. I screamed.
Damn, what a
and
pun.
dropped my DS Lite, which made the game fly out of its cartridge. I slowly crept over and looked at the tag on the cartridge. The cartridge?
Cartridge is what that says.
And it also said Suffer Monkey Ball. My mom and dad were already at work, and I had missed the bus to school, so there was no one to help me. I took a deep breath and decided that if I was just seeing things... Okay. I picked up my DS Lite, which Somio how survived the fall, and put the game cartridge back in. I booted it up, and it seemed normal. I went back to playing the minigames. A few hours had passed, and my DS went blinking red, telling me to put it on charge. I shut the screen to put it asleep, and put it on charge. After putting it on charge, it occurred to me to check if the charge light was working. It was. Well, that was a very mundane
It gets things back to normal. Happy ending. This has been Booze in the Landfill.
That was scary. Alright.
I went to the toilet and grabbed myself a Diet Pepsi from the refrigerator, as well as a few cheese sticks to munch on. I have terrible taste.
I'm just generally awful.
I went back upstairs to my DS Lite and saw the last thing I wanted to see. The once normal charging light was now an incredibly bright, dark red lighting up my bedroom. I was really scared, but I stayed brave and picked up my DS Lite, though I now wish I hadn't in parentheses.
Dude, that's like...
On the...
That is like the universe giving you every fucking red flag possible. Well, I gotta play Monkey Ball.
Listen, man.
It's a great game, I get
Monkey
it.
Ball.
It's a GameCube Monkey Ball on Game Boy DS Lite, man. It's just...
Yeah,
this is,
with a game... It's a GameCube game
on a Game Boy cartridge.
On the DS with a Game Boy cartridge. What's scarier?
It's pretty spooky. But well, I know that I'm stalling things, but I just want to say that when I first saw the word Diet Pepsi, my brain read it as Dirty Pepsi. Yeah, sorry, he's not in real life.
Well, I mean, it is.
Yeah, that's redundant. Anyway, continue.
On the screen was the dreaded Suffer Monkey Ball, but it looked even more evil.
Oh shit!
I pushed the start button when the level suddenly loaded. It was no Monkey Ball level I had ever seen, and I had watched hundreds of people playing Monkey Ball, so I would have recognized it.
Wow.
Though the thing that really caught my attention was how uncomfortably realistic everything looked, especially the monkey and the ball, despite being the same shape. The same shape has eye. It was a real monkey.
Oh fuck. With the real psychological toll. Suddenly, the ball started rolling backwards to the edge. I tried pushing every button, but not a thing happened. I started to shake and freak out but as I moved, so did the monkey. It looks like the way I tilted the DS Lite is the way the ball rolled. Unfortunately for the monkey, my frantic movements caused the ball to fly off the stage and into the void below it. The game then started over, and the monkey was in the middle of the stage, but now visibly injured.
Visibly injured.
At that moment, I knew the stakes. Every time I
failed,
failed,
like the steaks that you eat.
I knew the stakes. Every time I fail, the monkey will be hurt. I couldn't bring myself to play anymore, and I shut off the DS Lite. I tried to take out the game card, but it wouldn't budge. Perhaps I broke my DS Lite? I decided to tell my mom later it wasn't my fault. She told me that she'd take the DS Lite and the Super Monkey Ball card back to store and get a replacement DS since they sold me a faulty game. Though I didn't tell her about the realistic monkey because I didn't want to scare her.
Oh, how kind-hearted. Alright. Tuesday. School was boring as always, but I had nothing scare me since putting my DS Lite down and not looking at the game. Okay, I read that right. My mom picked me up instead of riding home on the bus so she could take me to return that game. Since games weren't allowed in school, I left it in my mom's car all day. Good thing the weather was cool, otherwise the DS could have been further damaged. Wait, hang on. Further damaged. I misread that.
Thank you for correcting.
It's my duty as a reader.
That's right.
We went to the game store and returned the game and system with no problem. They were also nice enough to give me a new used DS Lite and my 69 cents back. Nice. With that money, I decided to play it safe and get a game.
You okay
get
there?
a game. I'm choking on air and my words.
Spooky.
With that money, I decided to play it safe and get a game I knew wouldn't be bad or spooky. Pokemon Fire Red. I played the original Blue and Red before, but never Fire Red. I was excited and popped it into my DS Lite. Not my beloved SpongeBob Game Boy, since the DS Lite had a bigger screen and that was cool.
Can I just say,
also in parentheses,
Gon the Were Monkey, you're a fucking dork. This is a dorky fucking protagonist here. Just like the perfect fucking center of nerd.
Remember? Like, he doesn't read scary stories. He's not very well equipped to write one. We need to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm verbally
the
abusing
monkey
him.
With spelled like "Where are you?" and spelled with a 3 is trying his best.
Well, that's why I'm verbally abusing him, so he'll know darkness, and then he'll be able to write something truly, truly terrifying. You piece of shit! Like usual, I played the game all evening, and even through dinner. Wow. After a few hours, I had already beaten 3 gyms, and I was really proud of myself. Not long after beating that 3rd gym, my mom called me downstairs to yell at me for my grades. I didn't really care, though, because school is lame, and no one likes it. Okay, he's starting to win me over. When I went back to my room, something felt off. As I picked my DS Lite up, I immediately saw something wrong. Even though I put it on charge, the DS Lite was blinking a dark, dark red light. I opened it with my heart beating really fast, and opened it to find it was no longer Pokemon Red on my screen. The horrifying image of the title screen for Suffer Monkey Ball glared evilly at me. Quickly, I closed the screen, and pulled the card out to see that my precious Pokemon Red was now the despicable Suffer Monkey Ball card.
From all the fear I was feeling, I passed out and cried.
Should it be the other way around?
It was nearly 11 when I... Wait, what?
Shouldn't it be the other way around? He passed out and then cried while he was passed out, or he woke up and cried after? I'm confused at the sequence of events.
That is...
He sleep cried from this. That's how scary it was.
It is very scary. It was nearly 11 when I came to and realized what had happened. I peeked into my slightly open DS Lite to see Suffer Monkey Ball still there. Part of me wanted to tell my parents, but since it was already 11, they were already in bed, and I didn't want to disturb them. It was at this moment... It was at this moment I realized there was only one option. I needed to beat Suffer Monkey Ball if I wanted to be free from this curse. I don't know where I drew this conclusion, but it was the only option. I steeled myself, I steeled myself, as in stealing money. grabbed a few cheese sticks to give me maximum gaming energy, and got myself
Makes
nice and
sense.
comfortable in my Lightning McQueen bed to destroy this game. What fool I am.
Okay, the Lightning McQueen bed puts the rest of this entire character in perspective, you know. It's like, that's an establishing character moment. How old is he? That's what I want to know. The fact that
He
you
has a
don't really
Lightning
know,
McQueen bed, so maybe like 9?
I guess. But he doesn't write like, actually he does write like a 9-year-old. Wednesday. It did not even feel like an hour, but it was already Wednesday. I stayed up all night playing this treacherous game. Every time I gently tipped my DS, the ball with the very sad monkey would roll towards the goal, but fall off because of some cheap trap. Sometimes the floor would just disappear. Sometimes a bumper would magically show up and knock the monkey ball away. Worst of all, sometimes the monkey ball would just not stop rolling forward, even when I yelled at it to stop. For some reason I thought this would work.
Please don't forget that each time the ball fell off and the game reloaded, the monkey was injured. But also after probably the 400th attempt, I wasn't counting, so this might be exaggeration, the monkey stopped moving and the ball wouldn't roll. When this happened, I started really freak out. I tipped my DS Lite around to make it roll and to scream at the frickin' monkey to move, but it just laid there. Also, this is probably during school hours, so...
We're seeing his dark side.
So that's
now.
a thing. Wait, hey, is it dark? Right? Is it dark at this point in the story? Because it's Wednesday. It's not Tuesday night anymore.
It's his dark side, not the story's dark side. I feel like it's probably like 4 a.m. or something. He like stayed up all night accidentally.
That's true. It does.
So
it is probably like 4 in the morning. So you're gonna yeah. Anyways. I kept yelling and being upset until my parents eventually heard me and burst into my room to yell at me for disturbing them. Here we go. There we go. I got my closure. I hid my DS Lite under my pillow since I wasn't supposed to have it and apologized. After they left, I grabbed it to beat the stage and save the monkey, but it was no longer there. I would have continued looking, but I got real tired and fell asleep.
The next thing I remember...
I'm looking for a section to evil laugh here, and I'm just not finding one.
I don't know. You just need to believe in yourself, which is probably the least evil moral.
The story is still young.
The story's still young. Okay. The next thing I remember is his hearing my alarm clock go off right next to my ear. My head was foggy thanks to the late night, but I was still able to get ready for school before my bus came. Though sadly, when I got to the bus, I remembered I forgot to eat my breakfast. This upset me because I wouldn't fill my stomach until lunchtime. Curse that stupid game making me stay up late and then I wouldn't be hungry, though this was the last of my worries. It was about 10:40 in the middle of English class, where things got worse. We were reading poems, Nad. I was excited. I don't mean to brag, but I consider myself a bit of a poete. Needles to say, we were reciting poems, and my turn was about to come up. I reached into my desk to grab my work of art and felt something unusual. There was something square, rectangular, and blocky in there, and when I grabbed it, my eyes lit up. Instead of my magnum opus, there was a DS Lite.
Gasp! I'm impressed that this 9-year-old knows that the term magnum opus exists, so I'm gonna give him a pass on that.
Yeah, to know the term at all, not bad.
Yeah.
Fucking nerd.
I couldn't believe it. I screamed and ran out of the classroom. My DS Lite couldn't be there. I dropped it in my bedroom as 2 words. Then again, it shouldn't have been in my bedroom. There wasn't any other option. I had to face my fears. I took a deep breath and re-entered my classroom where my classmates and teacher looked at me with weird looks. Thankfully, no one asked any questions as I sat back at my desk. Blessedly, there was no DS Lite longer in my desk, and the poems were back where they belonged. I got up to the front of the class, paper in hands. At that moment, my eyes widened greatly. Written all over my beautiful painting of words was one single phrase covering them. The monkey you made suffer, with a capital S, will make you suffer, with a capital S. The urge to panic was present, but unfortunately for the monkey trying to make me suffer didn't account for the fact that I had memorized my poem's contents.
Yeah, take that, bitch monkey! You were expecting my nerd powers?
As 3 words. I gave a flawless performance and received an A+++, securing my perfect grade point average.
Well, I mean, good thing he doesn't have to do any spelling tests. Okay. Of course, the high from my poem reading couldn't last. As lunchtime came around, I needed to eat my food because I was really hungry from a missed breakfast. Sitting at a lunch table alone. Oh man, that's the saddest part so far. I tore open my lunch sack to see.
The monkey stopped. Okay, hold up. Sitting at a lunch table alone is more sad than this kid beating a realistic monkey to death through no fault of his own.
Well, look, I mean, I don't know, like that's just like the last couple of days. Well, this is his whole life here. This has been his whole life. Lightning McQueen, fucking bed, you know, big. I love my Game Boy. No one sits with me at lunch. But I've got perfect grades. I scream in the middle of the classroom, I run out, and people have just accepted, like, yeah, it's probably something Goron.
Oh, true.
It's like, he's just weird. Hey, he just ran out of the class. Where was I? He was alone. He's alone. I tore open my lunch sack to see the absolutely, oh my god, last thing I wanted to see. Instead of a sandwich, drink, and a tasty orange, was the motherfreaking DS Lite. The shock was far too much.
The edge.
For the entire lunchtime, I sat there, sitting in awe. Eventually, a lunchtime monitor came up and saw the video game system there. We aren't allowed to play video games at school, so it got confiscated, and I got lunch detention. I didn't mind, though. Get that thing away from me. Does that count as a paragraph? That blows. I'll read the next line.
You can do the next one.
It wasn't till dinner when I finally got to eat, but I was completely wiped out by then. The rest of the night is a blur.
Thursday. Nothing special happened today. I served the lunch detention. I served the lunch detention and was constantly in fear of that DS Lite. Despite the fear, no scares happened this day. I got all 3 meals. I didn't storm out of class. Just an average, boring day. I went to school, talked with friends, and just admired the little things for a change. Who would have guessed there would be such beauty out there when I was once fed up for the world.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I am thankful for that spooky DS Lite. Because of the last couple of days, I have new lot in life and feel lovely. Life sure is swell. The birds make sweet noises, the fresh smell of air. Maybe I've been wrong focusing so much on my games instead of the world. During my dinner, I told my parents this. They thought I was crazy, but I didn't care. I was rigged, I was right, and gonna live a better life from here on out. A better is one word. I then went upstairs to my room and grabbed my DS Lite with Pokemon Leaf Green in it and handed to my mother. Please take this back to the game store. I am never playing games again.
Man, this is taking a
I just read 3 paragraphs, but who cares?
You motherfucker. For a change, I actually did my homework, and it was easy peasy lemon squeezy. I got it done in record time. Afterwards, I went to bed like a good boy and caused no hassle for my parents. Though, in my haste to continue on to the next day, I forgot to brush my teeth. So I got out of bed and went to bathroom to do that. Once my mouth was clean, I went back to bed and actually fall asleep. God, that was a very necessary part of the story.
That was a very... No, it's
I thought he was going to be accosted by a monkey on his way to the
here,
bathroom.
It's all set up because this is where the real spooky story begins. We didn't give Gone Gone the Were Monkey, spelled like where are you and with a 3, enough credit.
Okay. Let's see.
All right.
Friday. I assume it was Friday, but the alarm didn't go off. I opened my eyes to not be in my bed, but rather a dark, spooky room. Something like hard plastic was under me, and it was sort of curved. Oh my god. No. No. I stood up and boofed my head on something hard and plastic. My eyes got my adjusted, and I learned I was inside a ball. The lights then flashed on, and I was in the middle of some arena with a lot of monkeys watching me. There was some intercom thing speaking, but it was in monkey language, so I did not understand.
There's a lot of K's here.
Oh, man. Alright, your turn.
Okay. Then from one end of the arena was a monkey covered in band-aids and using a crush.
Oh, no.
It's spelled without a T and with a really evil-looking face. Oh no, it was the monkey I made suffer, and now he will make me suffer. I screamed when I saw the monkey take out the DS Lite with Suffer Monkey Ball in it. I watched him tilt it forward, and the floor below me tilted forward. I tried my best to keep my balance, but it was really hard, and as I moved, I saw there were edges the stage.
Fuck. Oh, fuck.
Before I could do anything, the monkey jerked without an E the DS completely horizontal, and the floor flew out from under me. The ball crashed into my head as I began to fall into the abyss below me. The fall felt like an eternity before I blacked out. After blacking out, I found myself back in the arena in the same ball, but my body hurt all over.
Oh, God. Again, the same monkey with the evil face appeared and controlled my ball with the Despicable DS Lite. This time I made it a little bit closer to the goal, but the monkey dropped the DS Lite and the ball went flying off into the abyss once again. I woke up again from blanking out, and I could hardly stand. There were clearly broken bones and bruises on my body, but it didn't stop the dastard monkey. I cried as my painful body was forced to continue keeping up with the ball. I don't know how long it went on for, but I don't know when it stopped. Things stopped hurting at some point, and I eventually collapsed. Despite not being able to move, the monkey still controlled the ball, and my body flang around it like a doll. Sooner or later, my consciousness began to fade, and I stopped thinking or remembering things. I was just a soulless husk made to suffer by a monkey ball. Hey!
I feel like that wasn't the opportune moment, but I'm running out of opportunities here. Okay.
Well, I mean, that was an impressive
Saturday?
one.
I died in my sleep, and now a funeral was happening. The sight of my loved ones crying over my mangled body would have made me sad if I could feel things. I never should have bought that monkey ball game for 69 cents, nice, or I might still be alive. Take this as a warning. If you ever see a game that you don't recognize at a retro game store, it might be the last game you ever play. Thank you for reading, and please don't become like me.
Oh, jeez. Oh my god, dude. That
That took a twist.
It did. He just fucking died.
He did just fucking die.
Damn, dude. I didn't know that this was written by a ghost.
That makes it extra spoopy. It's the ghost of some 9-year-old loser kid. Like this is some sort of like. I'm not entirely sure if this was made out of warning. Maybe this was made out of vengeance.
Vengeance?
I don't know who he's trying to avenge, but it did just appear in Try's Google Drive one day.
Try. Do you work at a retro game store? What is going on here? I don't know. That's for
what does Try have in connection to this? We might never know.
We may never know. We may never truly understand the machinations and the connections that Trybien has with this work. And you know, who truly is Gone the Weremonkey. He doesn't have a name in this story. It's a couple different levels of spoopy, and I don't know. I'm glad that it's the morning for me as I read this, because if I read this at night, I mean, fuck. I don't know. I'd probably
Lunch, it's a no-no word.
Oh, frick. Sorry,
they killed me for that, man, remember?
That's right. I mean, this story, like, even after all, he's dead and he still won't swear, you know? Man, think about the poems we're going to miss out on.
He did call... Like he did call something a mother fricker at some point. So I mean, like, how innocent can he really be?
Yeah, I guess he's tainted. Well, I mean,
he's been tainted by Suffer Monkey Ball. What did we think of the story?
What did we learn?
What did we think of the story?
I think it had a good message that video games are bad, and you need to just go outside and get a job.
This was written by a 9-year-old.
And that it's a you know,
the 9-year-old doesn't have a job. Stay in school. Enjoy the little things. That's the entire point of the Thursday chapter.
Yeah, that's his character.
That's the reason the Thursday chapter exists.
Oh my god, dude. That's fucking spooky. I just got an email about a Game Boy. Oh, fuck. Oh no. Oh, shit. Oh my god.
Lunch, you can't say
Gon's
that!
gonna get me next. Oh no, I'm not gonna be here next episode, guys. Because I'm not gonna make it to next Sunday. Oh, that was...
Hang on.
That was some
I just have one more question.
Okay.
Is there any way this story could be improved? And yes, I do ask that like this wasn't some sad recollection of true events.
So, if it were a work of fiction, some constructive criticism I would have is next time I would recommend making it good. And maybe
you're about to
scary.
die anyways. There's no point in.
It doesn't matter now. I'm cursed with.
There's no point in pulling your punches.
Yeah. Next time, make it. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because we're reading on Bros in a Landfill, and that's where it should be.
It's booze in a landfill this week.
Sorry. It's a landfill that's important anyway.
I did the whole name pun and everything. I half-assed it just for you.
And now I'm disrespecting what you've established. I'm sorry, man.
Well,
okay. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed the story about a 9-year-old boy dying.
Hang up, Lunch. There's this weird red light behind my laptop. Oh, it's a demon!
Oh God! TAR!
Oh no!
This is my Bros